Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry about all the glare. Not much I can do about it unless I sit up tall, then I can get rid of it like that. But that's uncomfortable. Um, we are getting ready to react to some more Ozark. I'm getting a bunch of recording done. So hopefully I'll be far enough ahead. I won't have to worry about timing on things, especially with my schedule going to be off in the next few weeks. So we'll have to see. But just jumping in to say, if you'll please subscribe, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. And if I do reach that goal, then one of the things I will do is a drinking game reaction. You guys get to pick the movie, and we kind of go from there. So hopefully we can find one that will work well that I have not seen yet and have a little fun. So if you don't mind, please subscribe. Thanks. Ozark. I want to get back into it. We're on season 2, episode, I don't have a clue. We're on season 2, episode 8, The Big Sleep. And is the Big Sleep a reference to the Big Lebowski? The Big Sleep is usually death. That's what the metaphor is used for, is to indicate death or dying or, something along that line. So who's dying? We've already had some interesting things happening. Ruthie's back on the quest to find out where the money is, and she said to her dad that she believes it's in the hearse, and she's not wrong unless Marty has moved it because of the feds. Feds are still investigating. They're getting into everybody's business. Mason had kidnapped Wendy, and they accidentally killed Mason, and they've cleaned that up, burned his body in the incinerator. The kids have told the parents what all they have been doing. The attorney has been in everybody's faces. The attorney for the cartel, who I still think is Navarro herself. So yeah, a lot going on. So let's go ahead and get into the next episode and see what's going on now.
Quick, hurry! Hurry up! This
What's
way!
Tuck upset about?
Hurry!
Did Rachel do something? Or did she overdose? She
Ma'am?
overdosed?
Ma'am,
What's wrong?
do you know what kind of drugs she was taking?
Rest in the toilet. You want to intubate?
No, let's bag her first.
At least they didn't say tag her and
Go
bag her.
ahead.
Maybe this is a plan to not have the cartel after her so she doesn't have to keep reporting to Petty. We're watching Rachel snort. I was going to say cocaine, but it might be something else. She was doing an oxy, so it could be that. Oh, so she fell 30 minutes ago. Who's she spying on? Oh, are we going to do this the whole time?
Nah, I think I'm good, man.
You sure?
Yeah, dude. I gotta run.
If he's smart,
Marco.
he's hiding it away and not spending it. Is that the supply? That's a lot. Didn't we just have 3 days before? Oh, it was 2 days before. So this is a day before that. Oh, this is the heroin from the Snells. Is this after the feds searched their farm? Pistol and mortar. Oh, somebody's
Enlighten my eyes, or I shall sleep the sleep of death.
she's tainting the supply. So she's putting in some higher dose so that when folks use their normal amount, they're going to use a stronger dose than they thought and end up dying, overdosing. So we've got a ski mask, bank robber's mask. That's usually what it's associated with, or some kind of crime. We've got, I don't know what that is. a container, a mask. I'm not sure what that is. We've got a phone with some shine on it. Is that an explosion? This right here. Oh no, it's a chicken, isn't it? A chicken thigh and wing? I don't know. Unless this circle and whatever that is has something to do with what Darlene just did. She did put a mask over her face to mix up probably the prescription drug in with the heroin. Okay, let's find out what it's all about. She's awake. Or he's awake. It's Marty and the baby. Guilt will keep you awake.
They threw out Wyatt because he's a Langmore. I suppose you think that that's fair.
I'm glad Charlotte's speaking up for Wyatt.
Wilkes isn't returning my calls.
I guess Wilkes meant it when he said stay away from him.
So, I am going to go see
Crickets.
Wilkes.
I'll be right there.
What?
Rachel.
Rachel OD'd.
Did he tell Wendy that Rachel? Yeah, he did tell her.
It's gone too far.
Well, I was going to say, and he knows that she doesn't love him. It's no fun when the person you want with you is only doing it out of obligation.
The EMTs took it off me.
Can't blame him.
I'm not a fucking junkie, so don't worry about it.
Yes, you are,
Nick
Rachel.
said this. Then let me help. I can't fuck it up any worse.
Although everything Marty touches gets screwed up, so maybe he can screw it up more. She just saw what the code was.
Oh, do tell.
He seemed too eager.
I mean, that's not something I really want to do for the
She's
rest
got
of
to
my
get him away
life.
from those windows
I got a pretty strong fucking stomach. Pardon
and
my
mouth.
French.
Why don't you come back with me? I'll show you what we do. Come on.
So he's away from the windows. So how did the FBI learn about them?
Fentanyl mixed with heroin.
Ah,
Upstairs is getting their asses kicked.
and fentanyl has become an epidemic in some areas in the area where my company covers. We'll put it that way, because they cover multiple counties in North Carolina, and every once in a while we'll get alerts that the EDs are having a spike in deaths from fentanyl. So, yeah, big problem.
Okay. Find the connection.
The smells.
You can tell a lot about a guest.
They did
I
find
call
the
them
poppy
guests.
pod on
Who's
the
working on
property.
them? It's the living who can hurt you. We don't do that.
Sorry.
Yeah, please don't do that to me when I'm dead.
Bathroom's just down the hall.
That's the room Marty was in. That's where
I
the money
appreciate you
is,
bailing
right?
me out, Miss Pierce.
That's no problem. It's on our way.
He knows something's wrong.
She almost died because of what we did.
Rachel almost died because she's a drug addict.
His guilt is
She stole
leading
from
him right
us?
now.
Is there something I need to know about you and Rachel?
I kissed her.
And then he goes missing. Yeah, well,
Oh,
Actually,
Marty's
I
not going
think
to do well with this.
probably the reverse. We didn't have his new number. You know,
Oh, phone records. He's going to show him calling
let me
Marty.
talk to this.
I may have to do that.
Oh, that was a nice way to
For the
divert
Snells
Wendy.
tonight.
I don't know, Amos. Maybe because most of the ODs were on your turf.
He's a dead man. He's dead.
I mean, I lost money on the market, so I hit the dope, but only with inert stuff. No, no fucking way. I swear to God, I only use B12, and who's that gonna hurt, huh?
So he was cutting
I
it to make
appreciate
it
your honesty, Amos.
last
And
longer,
don't worry.
go further. Yeah, I was going to say he's dead. Because even if he's cutting it with B12, it's still cutting the product, cutting the
I saw
quality.
Susan. I have
have a plan, but I need your help.
Marty's brain is not in it. He's checked out. Does Wendy know he's hit his breaking point? We had a 50s diner. Is Marty meeting with Petty?
Do your superiors know that you were supplying drugs to Rachel?
Just so we're clear,
I was
the
gonna
drug
say.
shield. But once the cartel figures it out, it doesn't bode well for their partnership. So,
Marty's
if you
getting
really care about
information.
Rachel, you're gonna have to choose sides, Marty.
Does he realize he got valuable information to talk to Jacob about?
What are you doing down here?
Remembering
Like in
Betty.
here? You want to launder money through it?
No, of course not. I'm just wondering if it's possible.
She wants to hide some money.
Just this once.
I wonder
You
if she's
going
doing that
somewhere?
because she realizes Marty's on the brink.
You still belong to me.
I want her to report him.
Like this 1.8 million withdrawal from the construction account made today. Caught my attention.
That was Wendy.
We took out a loan to get things rolling. Today was the due date.
Okay.
She knows he's lying.
There were no victims here, just volunteers, right?
The Snells are going to be dead before we know it. Maybe Darlene won't be getting the baby, which will be a good thing.
Did it not occur to you to ask me first, Wendy?
She tried. She tried to call you.
I asked for your help. You were more interested in Rachel. Your priorities have been completely upside down.
Agreed.
Well, you seem completely unaffected by what happened. How about that?
Is something bothering you?
As a matter of fact, there is.
He knows about the spike.
You spiked the product.
Roll right over us. Well, they don't anymore.
I think you misconstrued the situation.
They're going to kill you, Darlene.
They'll come after us. There'll be a war.
We've had to fight
He knows how it is.
I'm not afraid. Are you?
Yes, I am. I am afraid of you.
Oh, is he starting to smarten up?
Your rage. Your rashness.
You killed.
Is he going to kill Darlene? Sleep with one eye open, Jacob. And don't accept that cocoa. Look at the cutie. He probably has a stinky diaper. What's Ruthie doing there?
He's smart. He ain't like the rest of us. I mean, he can go somewhere.
We're letting him back in, Ruth.
Oh, good.
Who?
Well, I can't tell you. He prefers it that way.
Marty.
Make sure White's back on Monday.
What about 3? 3's not getting kicked out?
It's close to the amount we owe them.
I know. Smells a little.
Who's the donor?
It's an anonymous gift.
It's even worse.
He knows who it is.
Just be careful. These are worth a lot. Thank you.
Charlotte's going to steal one, isn't she?
Ruth, what's up? Yep.
Oh, I bet you it wasn't Marty that donated to the school. It was Wendy. And here Charlotte goes to steal.
I'm not sure I know who my parents are anymore.
That's her being truthful. Roy Petty. Who's researching Roy? Marty? Yep.
Turn off the lights when we leave.
They still have a contentious relationship, but that was her way of thanking him. She's going to look for keys.
What does it matter? It's yours.
I don't want it.
Good for you,
What's
Wyatt.
wrong?
A fucking baby. It's all just so fucked up.
Is she throwing the book out? Yeah.
Charlotte, will you let your brother know that dinner's ready, please?
Jonah!
I could have done that.
We did that too.
What were you finishing up?
Jonah is
Working on a project for me.
creating an online profile.
It's too late. I already gave it to someone.
Well, then you need to pay them for
You
it.
don't steal things from a store. You know that.
This is insane.
Hypocrisy.
You see that,
Yeah.
right?
Charlotte. Charlotte!
Crickets.
I got the link you sent and did some digging. Check your inbox. I think you'll be happy.
Oh. Is that good or bad news? Is he ready to blackmail Petty?
This French toast is.
I love French toast.
I think it's
I haven't
defrosted
had it in
egg.
years because I'm trying to stay away from bread. As soon as I eat anything carb like
You gonna give
that,
me the
I
details of the
blow
smell
up.
operation, or are you on your way out?
Something about his past.
Dear fucking angel, I needed it fixed, and there you were.
That's him doing more than he should. I hate needles.
You're a fucking angel.
Angel of death.
You proud of yourself?
Yep.
No.
Time to schmooze.
Mind if I borrow your date?
As long as you return him in the same condition.
Unfortunately, you just accepted Mexican drug cartel money and helped launder it through a Guyanese charity. And it's just not a good look for a moralist
Blackmailing
like
him.
you.
Cold-hearted bitch.
Yep. She smiled at that. Ruth doesn't want to go through with it now, does she? There's the ski masks. That one camera he was putting out was to the right. Did Marty move it?
You're worthless to me. Kind of like a piece of shit.
Ruth needs to learn to please herself. That one casket wasn't opened. Did they really search them all? Who's he talking to?
Were they in your dreams?
He's talking to the baby?
Did they forgive you?
Oh, he's in the mausoleum. And that's why they wanted a second spot. Smart. I thought about that when she had said it, but they do that with a bunch of stuff, so wasn't sure. But glad Marty moved the money.
And this
Tell her Tuck
is an
needs her.
advance on the Blue Cat. You send me your account information?
Are they going to sleep together? Is Marty going to tell Wendy about them kissing?
Sermon, Reverend. And that fried chicken. Must be genetic.
Ah.
Women around these ports all just seem to know how to cook.
Are we only going to get a mention of the fried chicken? Why'd the camera do that with the car? What's following them?
Y'all got a problem?
So was that the cartel? It was weird seeing the smoke go straight up from the car.
There's a difference there.
This is silly.
What money is she going
You'd
to
have
use
pay
to
for
live
rent,
on?
Food, clothes.
I'll get a job.
Where? McDonald's?
I've made up my mind.
Are they going to let her? She'll have to prove to the courts that she can support herself. And that's the end. I got a sleepy head here. Getting all the strawberry off of me. You've got stinky breath. You want to help me sum up the show? You slept through most of it. Strawberry juice. Either that or I'm going to be good for dinner. So, it looks like the Snells are dead. It looks like a cartel hit. Could have been the Kansas City mobsters, but the cartels are the ones that are upset about the heroin being spiked. The Kansas City mobsters wouldn't really care about that much. We didn't see the bodies. We might see that next episode, but we didn't see the bodies. So, if you don't see the bodies, don't assume they're dead. And it could have been, could Jacob have gotten into a position to protect himself but have Darlene killed? Made it look like the cartel so that he wouldn't get in trouble? I guess that could have been the situation. But, yeah. Looks like the Snells are dead. The Snells are dead? The Snells are dead. Marty might be able to focus now that he's taking care of Rachel. I don't know if he'll tell Wendy the truth about him having kissed Rachel, because Wendy suspects, with good reason. I think Marty and Wendy will allow Charlotte to get emancipated, but the deal will be that she's got to prove that she can do it on her own because she'll have to be able to prove it to the courts that she can live on her own. I just know that from real life cases. The show may not go that way, but we'll see. Noah is still missing Buddy. We know where the money is now. Ruth keeps getting shitted on by both Marty and her dad, but Marty is not as horrible. I can't I can't think of the word I want to use. But he's not as horrible as her father is. He he verbally and physically abuses Ruth, manipulates Ruth. Marty, there's some manipulation. Is it verbal abuse? Maybe. It's more neglect. He doesn't pay attention to her as much as he should. Not necessarily as much as she's demanding, but she's got some good ideas and she does deserve for Marty to explain more about why he's done what he's done. But he's not as horrible as her father is. Hopefully, this will be the last straw for her dad. But who knows? Because dad's an asshole. If you could see her face right now. Oh, are we going to stretch? She loves to do the upside down stretch. I don't know how much was seen in video. We'll find out. Why? I got your belly. I got your belly. She's like, I don't like that. The guilt is really starting to pile up on Marty. Wendy has had the guilt, but she hasn't fallen apart quite as much as Marty has. So we'll have to see what happens there. And it sounds like they're not going to keep the baby. Although I don't see them petitioning to social services to keep the baby because both of them have so much guilt about it. But that might happen. But I have a feeling because the baby's going to be hard to do filming with. It's going to be hard to do plot lines with. So I imagine the baby will get adopted. It won't be by the Snells though. And Charlie's trying to stay away, but he just can't. And he's seeing just how devious Wendy can be. I think that's the best word for it, devious. Okay. Thank you all for joining me on this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.